Wednesday.
It's Wednesday, my dudes.
Thank God it's Wednesday. Welcome back to the couch. I'm going to scoot over a little bit this time.
Just a little, not too close.
Not too close. It is Pride Month. How come there's, I guess I was going to say, how come there's not more yo-yo companies that celebrate Pride Month, but I guess there's that yo-yo crew thing that...
Yeah, I haven't seen them post anything
does
yet,
a lot of the heavy lifting. They're doing some kind of benefit this year.
They usually do, yeah.
When you were a kid, did your parents ever buy you those targets that go in the toilet that you aim to piss at?
No, but
never.
I saw you talking about this today.
Yeah.
Did you read my DM response to you?
No, I haven't read it yet.
Okay, so you were, if I got it right, the discussion was how you and other dudes, myself included, will, while you're peeing, standing up, peeing in the toilet.
What's your order of operations?
Flush
at the
a little early sometimes.
Yeah.
So this is so weird. I couldn't believe that you were sharing about that because it's yo-yo related for me. I started doing this thing because of Doc Pop. Doc Pop used to have a yo-yo podcast called Radio Ouijibo that I listened to religiously every week. And one night, just like offhandedly, he was like, yeah, I was just going to the bathroom. I do this thing where I try to time it so that the flush ends at the exact moment that my pee ends.
Right, yeah.
So he like tries to, and I started doing it and I've been doing it ever since. So I try to I'm like, all right, I have 3 seconds of pee hit the thing and like try to get it. So like that last swirl, your piss cuts off.
Doc is going to love that. Yeah.
I know. Isn't that crazy? But that's why I do it, because of Doc Pop.
Even then, you're not technically flushing all the urine. It's like...
No, there's always a drop or two. Like, you're not...
I think not like a drop. I think it's like, the last like 3 seconds of your pee or whatever. Because I don't think it sucks out all the water completely.
Oh,
I think like a little water hangs in the
saying.
back of the tank and then
definitely
new water comes up.
No, it's gross and pointless. It's just for fun.
If you're a plumber and drop a comment about how quickly you can flush
and it's not
pee.
good because then I'll be like, if I have more than I thought, I'll be like pushing it out extra. Like I gotta get it's like, why am I doing
that
this
happens
to myself?
Constantly nowadays, especially if I'm like hanging out with the bros or like a woman over or something.
It's out too hard, or sometimes I cut it. This is gross, but getting old, I cut it off too early and then I dribble in my...
Oh yeah, what guy doesn't do that? Yeah. That's why old men are like, it's
constantly
funny.
have piss stains in their jeans.
Well, not... I was gonna say you see them do like a 17 shaker after they're done.
Oh yeah.
It's a 3 shake limit. You're just playing with yourself after that.
Have you ever heard a Pennsylvania Dutch accent?
No.
I can't do it very well. It's like, nou vantst in a row, like that kind of thing. You've never heard like a Amish? Amish don't really have it. PA Dutch is like, it's PA German technically, but it's like the weird German people that live in Pennsylvania. They have their own language, PA Dutch, but it's like a variation on German. But
is that where whiz wit or what out comes?
Yeah.
Really?
No, but Wasvit, if you've ever seen, there's this brand called Wasvit in the grocery store that's bacon dressing. They have this thing, they have their own food too. There's this thing called hot bacon dressing. It's just like coagulated bacon grease oil that they heat up and put over lettuce, and that's what they eat as a salad.
That sounds...
It's so gross. It's like a salty lettuce.
I'm sure if you grow up on it, it's probably cool or whatever.
No, I don't have any PA Dutch in my blood. I think they're fucking weird, but I grew up around it. But anyway, I was at church growing up. I had to go to church, and there were a lot of PA Germans there. And I was in the bathroom, and I just overheard this conversation while I was peeing. And the one PA German guy was talking to the other. Like, one was in a stall, and the other was at the urinal. And he's like, "Hey, nah, you can talk to me while I'm pissing." I don't know why that stuck with me like my whole life, and I still say it all the time.
Yeah, that's great. That's...
Yeah,
a great childhood memory.
That's probably like 6.
Doc's gonna be so stoked to hear that
all this piss talk.
You think of him every time that you pee a little bit. And I've been doing it since I was like 13 or 14 too. Yep. Like I don't know why.
That's how old I was when I heard the Ouijibo. Yeah.
Is it like just because? Like I said, I don't know. I rarely don't do it. I don't know why. It just. I think it's partially because when you time it right, it's like
it feels good.
It feels good.
I think you were trying to like. I'm like a little manic and rushy sometimes.
Yeah,
and I just
don't know
want
why,
to like. I don't want to be like, shake it off, relax, zip up the fly. Like, that takes too long. I just want to be like, all right, I'm out of here, bro. Like,
I'm
we're
so
done.
rarely in the bathroom and I need to hurry. You know what I mean? Almost every time I go.
No, but I just like to get the fuck out, like, in and out.
Oh, my gosh.
Efficiency, but it's, like, somehow less efficient also.
That's so crazy. That's
so
I thought like I was probably the only person that did it.
Yeah.
And then I don't know why I asked John Rob when I was like younger, but I did. Just I don't know if he definitely did not hear me like peeing and then flushing prematurely.
Yeah.
It was just me like thinking about it after doing it one day and then coming out and be like, yo, you ever flush the toilet early before you're done peeing? And he's like, oh yeah, sometimes, but like, man, you really be rushing the clock at that point.
That's funny.
And then he commented on the thread too today and was like,
I gotta find that thread.
He was just Tobias. Yeah, he was just like, I never do that anymore. I like drain the whole thing and then maybe even wait a little while afterwards in case some more comes up.
Oh my god,
it's so funny. Like,
that's amazing. I love when you discover things like that.
Right, and like 3 or 4 other people comment on the thread like, I totally do that too, and it's like, damn, word.
Wow, piss talk radio.
Piss talk radio. Have you ever peed while you're driving?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, like
mid-drive, like while the car is running.
Yeah,
it's risky, but
I don't know why I hesitate many times. Like
many times
driving to Cleveland for like any kind of long road trip.
Yeah, especially when there's no shoulder to pull off on.
I mean, it's not that but like I usually
and I always end up pissing.
I always wait until it's like clear roadway. I can put on cruise control, but I still have my foot on the brake.
Mountains. You're not driving through the Appalachians, peeing in a bottle.
Straight away, no other cars around. Cruise control, foot on the brake just to be safe, and then you can drive without hands for a little while, or you can use your knee or whatever you gotta do.
Use your balls. You're standing up.
Steer with my face, and then I just piss into my mouth.
Yeah, I've definitely done it a few times too, where like you have to like take your foot off the pedal for some reason or whatever, and then your car starts to decelerate, and you're like racing against the clock for sure. Then because your cars decelerate so quickly when you're.
It's always hard to find like a perfect size. Like you need like a Gatorade bottle, or you can like try to shove it into a smaller bottle, but it can. I've disasters where like I piss all over my car seat. That happened once that I remember. And I wasn't driving.
One time I was peeing into a water bottle or something, and it definitely like I had it like balanced while I was steering, and then it like fell over, and I was just like watching it empty piss onto my driver's seat. I was like, God, now I gotta sit in that too. Like, there's no way to really clean that off. Like,
yeah. Horrible.
Oh, I can't wait to drive to Cleveland again. You're flying this year, right?
I'm flying. I don't know. Yeah.
I might look up tickets.
Literally cheaper than driving for me. So
yeah, it's probably one of those flights that just never really go. It's not going to be $500 to fly to Cleveland.
Yeah,
ever,
no, I think I paid $260 round trip or something.
Word.
Which
it's cheap. That's cheaper for you than driving
with tolls and gas and parking was the thing. I know you're good at like finding the free park. I don't like doing
or
that
just
bullshit.
Not carrying it illegally parking.
Right, I don't fuck around with that, so I would be paying. It's like $60 a night or something at the hotel to park. So
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I was booking the room, Dookie booked it, and he's like, yeah, the room's like $1,200, and I was like, $1,200, and he was staying from like Tuesday through Sunday or something, or Tuesday through like Monday or something.
It was a lot. I split it with a bunch of people to make it a little more.
Do you know who all you're rooming with?
Yeah, Aaliyah and CJ and Mikhail.
That's a good group.
Yeah, it's a nice chill group.
Yeah, it's a very relaxed group. No one's gonna show up drunk at 3 o'clock in the morning.
That's what I can't do anymore.
Just like, be dabbing out the room. Shout out Dookie.
I need an actual bed, and I need like. I want to be able to escape the contests and just like sit in quiet when I feel tired or whatever.
Have you thought about if you're getting a room at Nationals yet or not? Or you're gonna drive home?
So I think I'm just gonna drive back and forth. Yeah. It's just Nationals. I mean, if it's like really I'm having an amazing time, like I'll figure it out.
It sucks that Philly is like everyone has like relatively nice. There's like 5 or 6 yo-yos live in Philly, but like G has like a 1-year-old. Yeah. So that's like really hard to stay with, and he lives in like a 1 or 2 bedroom apartment, and then Ben has like a nice size place, but like
he lives with his girlfriend. Like, I don't really. If someone offers, I'll take it, but I'm not trying to ask people. I'll just get a room if I need to stay. But
going to Andre's a few years ago before I turned 30, I was like having that conversation with everyone. I was like, man, I really need to get my shit together, because like I can't be like 30 years old texting Andre a month before the contest like, hey, is it cool if I sleep in your garage? Like, but it's basically a guest house, you know.
Yeah, it is.
If there is one person that, you know, it's a little more chill staying at or whatever.
Like Northampton, it's not like a city like Philly where there's an endless amount of places you could stay.
The closest, there's a hotel downtown that's like $300 a night, or a Holiday Inn that's like a 45-minute drive away.
Exactly. So
yeah, Nationals is coming up though.
Like 2 weeks or something.
Jesus Christ, don't remind me.
So it's we got this weekend coming.
I'm running the 5A breakout. I got a lot to play.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. I'll come to that.
The 20th and 21st and 22nd.
Yeah, so it's
like
not
2
next
weeks
weekend.
away,
It's the following.
Right. Yeah.
Shit. What is it? Saturday and Sunday, and that's it, or is it Friday, Saturday? Sunday?
Maybe. I don't know. Let me look it up, because in the car I just booked a gig. Thursday is the 20th, so it's Friday and Saturday, yeah. 21st and 22nd.
Oh, nothing Sunday?
Because doing it on Sunday would make people stay into Monday, which is probably harder to take off work than a Friday, I guess. I don't know.
That's
I don't know
cool.
the logistics behind it.
I'm excited, yeah. Let me know what you're up to if you're staying somewhere.
I'm staying at the hotel.
Okay.
Yeah, but I have no plans other than just...
Well, for anyone out of town, first place you hit is Pat's and Gino's. And then you go... What else do you do in Philadelphia? You walk along the Schuylkill River.
Yeah, maybe I should write a little guide to, like...
a goofy one?
What you can do, what not to do.
Yeah.
Because that's going to be everyone's first thing that they're going to do is, like, do I go to Pat's or Gino's? And it's like...
no, dude, Jim's.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to say. Yeah. Like, that's genuinely the best one with a venue to eat it at. Like,
yeah.
That isn't Ishka.
Are they open again?
Yeah, they just reopened a few weeks ago.
I like D'Alessandro's too. That one's good.
Yeah.
Kind of out of the way, I guess.
Is there an inside to there? Like, can you sit down at a table and eat it?
I mean, there's like there's like some seats, but it's always a fucking line out the door. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Just get it to go and sit on the curb. But Angelo's is the best, but good luck, because it was on the stupid fucking Dave Portnoy bullshit.
Oh, really?
It's like impossible to get anything there. I
mean,
at least
do you know if you rated the pizza well or not? Or?
Yeah, it's like one of the highest ever.
Really?
Yeah. So
there's a couple different Angelos in the city, and when I was at a party a few months ago, and like, oh, we ordered Angelos, and I was like, so who gives a shit? Like, and then when I saw it and ate it, though, I was like, oh wow, like this is. Because
Angelo's cheesesteaks are fucking crazy. He makes the bread every day.
Yeah, there's one on South Street, but I don't think that's the same one.
It.
Right, yeah.
There's only one. It's in It's in like Little Italy.
Yeah. Yeah. Because the Angelo's on South Street is the one where like the pizza slices are like a quarter of the pizza, and they're awful.
Yeah.
They're not bad, but it's like not like you wouldn't take your friend from New York there type shit. Like,
so after a cheesesteak, you get a water ice, and then.
Even that is like not the easiest thing to get around the city at this point.
Yeah,
like, you gotta.
I've never had one. I don't think
you've had Rita's and shit, right? Yeah,
yeah.
Just
Rita's
Italian ice,
water ice.
Yeah, it's all the same shit. Yeah,
yeah. We have a Rita's in Kutztown now.
Rita's is so
everywhere.
Good.
Yeah, it's good. We should get Rita's after this. There's so many of them.
Fuck yeah, let's do it.
What are they called? Gelatos.
Yeah,
you got like the white little cream pie in the middle of it.
I think it's a gelati, right? Because it's like a mix of gelato with.
Dude, I haven't had one in a while. I get.
Or is it
mango
yogurt? Is it frozen?
It's
yogurt?
frozen yogurt
because they claim it's fat free. They say the whole thing is fat free.
Vanilla frozen yogurt in the middle of the
water ice,
fruity ice. Yeah.
The fruity ice, the Pride
What
Month
flavor
ice.
do you get? I usually get like mango, I feel like, but I haven't had it since so long.
I always try to get something different because there's so many different ones, and every flavor is like just fucking Kool-Aid, which is their new like
so sweet.
Their new novelty flavor is tropical punch, Kool-Aid tropical punch. When I drove by Rita's yesterday, there was a Kool-Aid man poster up, and I was like, wow, yeah. They're pretty big. Rita's is, I don't know how many I would say that there's probably over 500 locations, you know what I mean?
Oh, there's gotta be.
And in the summer, those places have got to be printing money. Like, that shit is so cheap to make, and then a large one is like $6 or $7. Like,
yeah.
But it's an experience. It's fun. Go to Rita's if you've never been to Rita's. Rita's is good.
They gotta be nationwide, right? I think they're huge.
I don't know.
Let's see.
I think maybe they just recently started expanding. Like once Wawa started expanding, and they're like and Capriati's and shit. I don't know.
600 locations in 30 plus states.
Oh wow, that's crazy. That's most of the country.
Yeah.
I think like right when I was about to move out of Arizona, they like opened up one or something like that. Wow. I forget.
Yeah. I know there's at least like 3 out here.
It makes sense because like we live in the most populous region in the United States. Like between where I live in Maryland and here in New York is like 25% of the population. So people are going to leave. They're going to move to other places. And like if they know of Rita's, they're going to go there, eat it, and then tell all their friends who then have a good time and tell all their friends. And
yet somehow I still don't have a Trader Joe's here. It's fucked up.
Where's the nearest Trader Joe's?
Like outside Philly. It's like fucking an hour away. It's crazy. Yeah. We have Whole Foods. We got everything. No Trader Joe's yet, though.
If you have Whole Foods, you don't need Trader Joe's.
I mean, Trader Joe's has the cheap, like, frozen-y, snacky type shit. Though.
No, you're right. Yeah, they're
Whole
fun.
Foods is fucking expensive.
I'm surprised Jeff Bezos didn't buy Trader Joe's too, and just
for real. I guess it's
it's probably not nearly as profitable as Whole Foods.
It's kind of weird to think like he could just buy whatever he wants. So like literally,
or if not buy it, he like if it's publicly traded, just buy the majority of the stock.
Maybe he couldn't buy like Google and Apple, but he probably could figure out some way to get like majority, like you said. I don't know. If he really wanted to.
We're going to sound like idiots right now to everyone else. But I think Google's pretty valuable. Really I think it's like Apple where it's like $1 trillion company.
It's got to be, yeah.
Yeah. Which Jeff Bezos might have like 300 million or something like that. Or 300 billion, but that's not $1 trillion. I think they think Elon Musk is going to be the first trillionaire.
Yeah, I can't believe he rolled up in a new Cybertruck today. That's fucking crazy, bro.
Me? Oh my god, don't tell them that. People will really think that shit.
Tyler got a custom cheetah print Cybertruck. It's fucking... Drove it over my Prius on the way.
All right. I have no comeback for that. Enough of the trillionaire talk.
Yeah. What are we talking about? Piss talk, billionaire.
Nationals. But it should be fun, Nationals, because like there's a lot of yo-yoers in the surrounding states. You know what I mean? Yeah. There's got to be damn near 150, 200 yo-yoers in the immediate vicinity, and especially if you've extended up to like Massachusetts.
Hotel contest is always the best too.
Yeah, hopefully
it's got a good lobby. You've seen it.
It does, yeah. It's got a good lobby, and they're cool with us hanging out in it. That was my one ask to the event director when we had a meeting there. I was like, "It's cool. Yo-yoers are gonna be out here all times of the night," and he's like, "Yeah, it's fine, it's fine." I was like, "Okay."
Until he sees the kids passing solo ham routines. over
it's a really nice lobby too. Like. Nicer than most hotels we've been to. I haven't seen the renovated Renaissance in Cleveland, but
it's gonna be sweet. Can't wait.
It better be sweet for fucking $300 a night or whatever it costs.
Jake's better still be there. I wonder how much the pastrami is gonna cost now since 2019.
Jake's? Oh, the convenience
shop
store
across the street.
God, I can't believe it's been 5 years since that World's in Cleveland.
The sandwiches have to be over $40. Like, they were like $25 in 2019.
Really?
I think they were fucking expensive.
Like little convenience store place.
I'm pretty sure they were like $20 sandwich. Maybe I'm wrong.
That's funny.
Pastrami is always fucking expensive, but
one time we rolled in there and there was like a cop. I think you were with us that one time. He's like,
and they were talking about
like weed.
That was 2016, I think, the cop, because they were talking about Trump.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Yeah,
I mean, he was still president in 2019 too. Yeah.
Yeah, but I remember it being like the cop was like, "Yeah, he's gonna do it," and we were all like still kind of laughing because it was like, "There's no."
That's such a foreign concept.
Yeah, but it's,
The Rock is gonna be president.
Yeah,
I'd vote for The Rock.
It can happen. Jake's Deli, it's still there. Thank God. It has horrible reviews on Google.
Yeah, I bet. I never ate anything from there. Maybe I did get like a turkey sandwiches one time there.
They're really good.
That fucking Taco Bell Cantina went out of business, so that's done. Yeah.
Damn, bro.
Yeah, what are the food options around Cleveland? Like,
that's it. That's the only place I ate. We went to
Jake's.
barbecue.
You just ate Jake's over and over again.
I ate there every night.
Like, I kind of do remember us going out for barbecue one night or something.
We went out for barbecue. I remember in 2016 we went with John Robin. It was funny because he was like talking shit on the Cleveland Browns or like talking sports, and some locals got mad or something about that. But it's an okay barbecue place.
Yeah,
it's not that good.
Most it's funny as long as you look at the reviews. Or barbecue is very similar to pizza, where if you see a picture of it in the review, you can kind of gauge how good it's gonna be. You know, you can't go blindly. You know,
no.
Yeah, because people do that with pizza all the time. We'll just be somewhere and they'll like order a random pizza. I'm like, did you look at like a picture or anything?
Yeah.
Like, no. And I'm like, what the fuck?
That's
this is gonna be awful.
Bro.
Yeah,
that's fucking crazy. There's a lot. Like most pizza is bad. I feel like,
especially nowadays.
Yeah.
Who was I just talking to from New York? God, I forget who I had this conversation with, but basically they were saying like, oh, it was Dennis. I was over at Dennis's house, and he got a pizza from Wawa.
Oh, shit.
And
How is that, though?
It's awful. It's not good. It's fine. Like, it's not as good as, like, Domino's or Papa John's, but it, like, does the job. You know what I mean? And I'm just like, yo, you literally... And I've ordered pizzas at his house before that are, like, 8 out of 10s, 9 out of 10s.
Yeah.
Like, they're genuinely very good. And I'm just like, you live in like an incredible state but it's like he lives right down the block from Wawa. He can walk to it.
Does he live in Jersey?
Yeah, he lives in Central Jersey. Yeah,
that's insane.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was telling. I was like legitimately mad for a few minutes at him.
Jersey has like the best pizza, I would say. The best pizza I've had is in New Jersey.
I've had a lot of good. I got really
New York
lucky.
has good pizza too, obviously.
What pizza?
New York.
Oh yeah,
it's like everyone, but I think Jersey has like just
even
as good.
Dollar slices in New York are generally pretty good because no one's gonna eat shit pizza there. You can walk down the block and get way better pizza. I went to, there used to be this event that I'd work for Andre called you went up the Big E, yeah.
That was fun.
And they have
those pizzas every night.
It's
a good pizza.
Seriously, yeah. Like, and it was from Connecticut, and like, luckily they had like Connecticut and Rhode Island and a couple of different places where they're prestigious pizza places.
They had, like,
we should go this year again.
I was just thinking about how I want to hit state fairs this summer, like different, like just fair. I just like fucking
state fairs are sick. It's funny how they're all basically the same thing, but like
but it's just like good shitty food and
they all have their weird charm.
Farm animals and weird shit.
Yeah, it's always like a novelty to go to them. Basically, like you're never going to like have amazing cuisine, but that's like the redeeming factor about the Big E is there's like actually good food. There's some good vendors that you can like people do fucking their holiday shopping there and stuff because it's in October and it's a good time though. Yeah, we should go up this year.
Yeah, I like that.
I don't think Andre's gonna get a booth there ever again. But
was that his first time?
We did it 2 times, 2 years in a row, and like I don't even think it has anything to do with like it didn't make money or anything. I just think like
it's a lot.
It's like season tickets where like you have to be in line to get a booth, and like people rarely drop out of booth slots because it's such a profitable thing.
Yeah,
like they bring around that newsletter every day that says how many people come in, and it's like literally during the weekends there will be like 1.1 million people come or something insane.
Holy shit.
Yeah, and it's like I can't imagine how that many people. It's a sprawling fairground. It's like 8 miles or something insane.
It's really big.
A lot. Yeah, and it's over the course of a day, but like on some of those weekends there's like standing room only, like you can't like walk around places and stop. It's like I don't know how many popular high school was, but like in my high school was very similar because it was like not that big of a school and like 500 or 600 kids went there or something insane, maybe more even. Damn. Maybe it was my graduating class was 400 kids or something like that. Wow. Something crazy. Yeah, because it was the biggest high school in Delaware.
Damn.
All right, so back on the yo-yo talk. Who do you think would win in a fight, Mr. Hitman or Mr. Dark Magic?
That's a good question. I feel like
it is because some people, Mr. Dark Magic is obviously a nerd, right? He looks like a Yu-Gi-Oh character in my eyes, anyway. I don't know, but
he appears to have magical powers.
Magical powers, and he at least exercises. He looks of stout nature. He's not like He's not a regular Yu-Gi-Oh boy. Yeah.
But then the Hitman looks buff, and I assume the Hitman has a gun.
I didn't even think about
you
the
don't
weapons
see
option.
That, but
I was gonna say maybe the Dark Magic cards are.
I think they are.
Made
They're like
of metal
flaming
or something.
cards.
Flaming cards.
I always just assume that he throws them and kills people with them.
Yeah.
Which maybe I'm jumping to conclusions from the cap artwork, but I have one over there somewhere.
Call me a weirdo for yo-yo.
Yeah. Basically, it's like a Gambit situation. But
I didn't even think about the Hitman having a gun, though.
I mean, it's a hitman, but maybe he just like strangles people.
No, that's true. Yeah. My argument was gonna be that the Hitman, sometimes buff dudes like can't fight because they're so buff or they can't move. You know what I mean? Or they have like slow reaction time for some reason.
Right. That would be sick to get someone to animate that, like a really good.
Oh my god! Yeah, that would be really
appeal
funny.
to like 12 people, but I would watch it.
And even like the yo-yos themselves are kind of like evenly matched in a way.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like Dark Magic never won a world title.
That's crazy.
I know.
Second place. So.
I think Hitman technically won 2 because isn't that what Makoto played with in 04 when he won Worlds?
Yeah.
Damn, I pulled that out of nowhere. That's not even.
Yeah.
I totally forgot about that.
No, I remember.
So Hitman has 2 world titles.
Wow.
Dark Magic has multiple national titles, and legendary national titles at that.
And the second place Worlds, that's pretty poppin', but...
Yeah, that too, yeah. I feel like Dark Magic probably has more critical acclaim.
Yeah.
People that are tastemakers in yo-yo played with that more than the Hitman. Probably because it's a little bit bigger, so...
That, and I think because it went on... Well, because Andre taught so many people the yo-yo.
Yeah, but I'm talking about like Yuki, Augie,
right?
Jason Lee, I think, also played with Dark Magic one year for some reason.
Yeah, he did. Why? Yeah, that's true for sure. And then just culturally, because they had the Dark Magic 2, and then the plastic one. Like,
I'm not even really counting those because after a certain... It's funny reading the wiki article for Yo-Yo Jam. They're like, Yo-Yo Jam was a established company like doing amazing things until 2007 when Yo-Yo Factory came out with the 888.
Oh, wow.
It doesn't say that verbatim, but it does say verbatim like they were the cultural mainstay of yo-yo and like had many championships until Yo-Yo Factory came in and the new precedent was using a metal yo-yo, and then Yo-Yo Jam couldn't keep up.
Damn.
Which isn't true. Like, they made decent metal yo-yos. I think they made, other than H-Spin, some of the first bi-metal yo-yos.
Yeah.
Like, they made great yo-yos. But Dale was also, like, a mad scientist in terms of, like, making yo-yos with way too many fucking pieces. Like, for, like, a ring, and then, like, a cap, and then it'd have an internal ring and an external ring or something, and it's like, this is too much, and it would just play like a piece of hobbled together. Craziness.
I've never used any of the Full Metal Yo-Yo Jams, but...
Yeah, but it's crazy because, like, that was when metal yo-yos really ruled the yo-yo airwaves, because when, like, during that time, Yo-Yo Jam came out with some, like, timeless plastic yo-yos that just did not hit anyone's radar because people were so into metal. Like, they sold a lot of them, I'm sure. Like, they were dutifully stocked at every yo-yo store, but like you wouldn't go to a contest and see like a kid ripping it with the Legacy, the plastic. That yo-yo was amazing. The plastic Legacy, it was really good. If you ever see one on eBay or something, buy it. It's literally like a plastic Dark Magic or a silicone Dark Magic, and then underneath the cap it has like a crazy washer in it, like a really thick metal washer to like
to add weight.
To add weight.
Wow.
Also, like, at the time, it's funny that, like, the Freehand Zero is as big as it is. It's, like, 57 millimeters or something. Because it doesn't, like, feel that big of a yo-yo because it's so much skinnier, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a big yo-yo, though. And then, like, Dark Magic is also, like, 57, but it's, like, really wide, too. So, like, at the time, that felt like when the Superstar came out. And it's just, like, this is such a wide yo-yo, the Dark Magic.
I think that's like, why...
so many players
competitive guys used it because it was just a bigger... The Hitman is really small.
It is. I think it's 54 millimeters, which it's only a couple millimeters, but that's a world of difference, especially when you're on stage and if you just miss one string and you need the mental fortitude to get your yo-yo back in momentum, and you can't do it. It did feel
like the Dark Magic was just like a big Hitman kind of. That's the impression I got when it came out, even though it's very different, but... has the flattened rim and stuff. But
I would also be curious what the lineage is for flattened rims. I was listening to a Mark Mont interview about that a few weeks ago, because like the DV8 had that on it. But when was the DV8? 2005?
Yeah, I think so. It's got to be 5, yeah.
So yeah, like Dark Magic has flattened rims.
Deviate's definitely one of the first. I'm sure there's some.
Peak
like
is like right around that time too.
Yeah.
Afterwards, I forget if Peak was 2006 Christmas or 2005 Christmas.
It was 2005 because
Okay,
I returned my painted Peak to Chris McCoolin at 2005 Worlds, I'm pretty sure.
Oh my god! And you waited like a year too, or 2006 Worlds? You mean?
I don't think it was 06. I wouldn't have done the 06 Worlds when that was on Antio and stuff. I was still like no, it was 05, I'm pretty sure. I think the Peak came out. Maybe I'm misremembering. Let's find out.
Yeah, let's Google it real quick.
That would be fucked up if I was that stupid in 2006, but it's definitely possible.
I swear it came out Christmas too, because it came out like right around when Pyro and a bunch of other yo-yos came out. And because like at Yo-Yo Club, there was a couple, well, my friend James really wanted one, and he was like, oh, should I get this or
fall
wait?
2006.
Oh, so it was 2006? Yeah, you're right. Okay.
What a dumbass I was.
It says there were 50 OG Peaks numbered and painted.
It's even more embarrassing.
So you must have returned to 2007 Worlds, I guess.
Yeah,
then.
I got second at Worlds that year, and I gave the Peak back because I had Vibe. Like, what was it? I could have sworn I was younger. Because I did care a lot, but I was on Antio. They all vibe, too. Like,
yeah,
why did I fucking...
Those early Peaks were, like... I've played with some that are, like, genuinely pretty bad. Like...
Oh, yeah, it wasn't great, but I just didn't appreciate... I didn't understand, like...
And you couldn't tune it, either. There was just, like, the axle, and, like, it was a long axle, like all the Caribou Lodge yo-yos.
He was very chill. He was just like, sure, I don't have one, actually, so I would love to get one back. And he gave me 2 Bear vs. Mans.
And the Bear vs. Man was dead smooth. That was a great yo-yo. It was perfect.
Yeah, I like the Bear vs. Man.
There was a time where I could have got on Caribou Lodge.
Yeah.
Right before I won Worlds, and
that would have been weird.
It would have been weird, yeah. And he sent me a couple Bear versus Mans, and I was like, oh, these would have had
some, like, beaver yo-yo.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. A beaver with a mullet. Like, something insane. Yeah, there was a time, and I think it was because Boyd was on the team and technically team manager, but he was like, oh, Tyler and Joey are really good. Like, maybe we should add them to the team. And I was still, like, somehow holding, even though I knew Duncan wasn't going to put me on, I was like, oh, maybe when I win Worlds, they'll have no choice but to put me on.
They gave you an MG, right?
Yeah, 2, yeah, and $1,000, yeah.
Damn.
And then that year when I won Worlds, 2007, Mike hooked me up with, like, before I even won, he just, like, knew I was going to do really well because I got the MG the year before.
Yeah.
And he gave me, like, a case of every freehand they were releasing that year.
Wait, so the year before you got 4th, and they gave you stuff, too?
No, my first year at Worlds was 2006. I got 4th. And then my second,
then?
freehand 0.
0
yeah,
still?
Yeah. I switched
an HG for a little bit, right?
Yeah, like early 2006, and then
AJ
like
style.
Yeah, definitely, yeah. Yeah. And then 2007, I used a freehand. I think
John Rob used HGs and shit too. And
yeah, we all did. Yeah, they were good yo-yos. Just thinking back now, it's like so bad in comparison to a freehand, like a silicone recessed freehand, because like it had starburst in it. Like
yeah, I remember you could double up. You could make double O-ring ones.
That's true. I didn't think about that.
Double O-ring one.
I think that may. Oh, did you make it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I did that all the time with shit. I had a double O-ring speeder.
There was one time that there was like a production mistake, and like they sent out a batch of double O-ring freehand Spin Factor HGs.
Interesting.
I had the Worlds 2005 edition. I didn't go that year, but I bought it off someone a few years ago on the forum when I saw it for sale.
HG?
Yeah, the like crazy,
the marbly.
No, it's like a dark
Enyo
maroon. It's not quite Enyo. It's just glitter. Maybe it is Enyo technically. I don't know. But Zaf was playing with it one day and like hit a table of mine and it just shattered into like 30 pieces. He was throwing it so hard and he genuinely felt bad afterwards. And I was just like, God damn it. Like, yeah. Because that was like, for a time I did try to collect them all because Yo-Yo Jam only did like 3 or 4 colors of every yo-yo every year. And that was like one of the ones I didn't have. I think I have a pre-production green one now. That might be the only freehand MG I have, but
Or you mean HG?
HG,
Spin
thank
Factor
you. Yeah.
HG, yeah.
Spin Factor MG.
Yeah, I have a couple. I have a green one and a blue one.
A Spin Factor HG?
Yeah, I have HGs.
That's awesome.
I had a Matador for a while, but I don't think I have
those
it
were
anymore.
so bad.
I liked they were really
like maybe at the time
and I had
they
a pair of
were
relics,
okay,
the
but
fucking Looper.
also
HG.
awful yo-yo.
Awful.
Like.
The Matador, I remember Sonny loved for some reason.
Yeah, I remember that too. Yeah, because it was just unique. It was
uniquely cool in that it was a clear body, but they put different color
caps
behind
color,
that made it like look red or blue or green. And then they did the like copper versions of the heavy.
Yeah.
HG was fucking sick, dude.
Yeah. I like
a cool yo-yo.
When I first started Recess, I for sure like did some research to see if that material is still available somewhere, something like it, because you can get weighted materials. Like the original Yeti, the Caribou Lodge Yeti, is like glass weighted.
Fiberglass, yeah. Dude.
Which is crazy to think about, but
HG. And then John Robb used freehand zeros. I think he used like a blue with green caps. I remember he had some like obnoxious color.
He used that one for a long time. Then he used the Yo-Yo Nation one for a long time.
That's right.
That orange and aqua is like.
I had one of those.
Whoever came up with that colorway fucking killed it. Like that's a great colorway.
One of the best freehand zeros ever.
They remade it for the freehand next gen, but it's an awful yo-yo. It's a god awful yo-yo. Terrible yo-yo.
Yeah, we were talking about that last pod. Freehand Pro and Freehand Next Gen were like complete whiffs.
Oh my god, dude!
So bad.
Yeah,
it's like don't change the shape and call it a freehand. Like don't do that.
Yeah, if they named it something else, I probably wouldn't even have bought it, to be honest. But then I also would not have been like as disappointed in it. But I don't know. There's a lot of problems with both of those yo-yos. So, and it's hilarious because like the freehand one, it's like dead smooth. Everyone comes dead smooth. Like it plays great. All the colorways are great. Like it's an amazing yo-yo. Like it's gonna be in production forever. And Duncan is famous for like making one run of something one time and being like, well, that was a complete failure. We're never gonna make that again. Like.
I don't know why I'm stuck on the 5A setup still, but John, did you use bouncy ball with the HG?
Yes,
AJ did that, I think.
Yeah, he did, yeah. And
so I assume John Robb did too, but John Robb switched to the clear dice in the freehand zero era. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you remember him like getting his first clear dice or anything like that?
No, but I do remember
show up to club one week. Like
I do remember one time. I forget if Steve posted a photo of it. Or I think I may have told. So this is actually the story. I think. Like I went to Steve's attic.
That's right. Yeah.
And then like he had like not a garbage bag, like a plastic bag, like a fucking Walmart bag, full of clear dice. There must have been like 50 clear dice or something in there, because they were the coolest color. Like they're really dope. And then like when I came back and I had like 50 or 60 freehands Steve gave me, and I gave John Robb a bunch of them too, because like they're just cool and I don't need 60 yo-yos. But I told him, I'm like, man, he had a whole bag full of clear dice. He's like, yo, you should ask him for some of those. And I think he maybe even said like, but like, look at all these clear dice I have, but you're not getting any of those. Or like something like that. And I was like, I don't care, whatever. Like that's cool. Like I'm more excited about to have all these fun yo-yos to play with and trade all the color caps and shit. And then John Robb like was drunk at I want to say it was next year Worlds 2007 or something. Next time we all hung out together, and he was like, "Yo, Steve, Tyler told me about all the clear dice you got in that attic." And then he just gave him like a $20 bill or something. He's like, "Next time you come across that bag, just text me. I'll give you my address, and you can just send me a handful of them. I don't need many, just 4 or 5 of them." And sure enough, like a year later, it was like a significant amount of time, but like it was whatever it was. Yeah, Steve sent him like probably a dozen of them or something, which is such a dope Steve thing to do. Yeah, Steve is a good guy when it comes to giving shit away and divvying it up to people who genuinely care about it. Even to this day, I'm sure if you like went over his house and saw something that you were in love with and he didn't give a shit about it, or it was just in his stack of it, he was like, "Oh, you want it? Sure, here."
Yeah. Damn.
I forgot all about that clear dice story though, but yeah, because John Robb came to club one day all hyped, like, "Yo, Steve really sent me that shit," and I was like, "Damn!" Like he just had a bag. Like he went from having like 2 or 3 clear dice to like he maybe carried around 8 or 9 yo-yos, and all of his yo-yos had clear dice on them. Clear dice, it was also funny because, like, no other dice would get dirty, but, like, clear dice would, like, for some reason, I think because, like, the pips, the little dips, like, where it has the numbers annotated on the sides are, like, a little bit deeper or have, like, a 45-degree angle versus the colored ones that come with freehand zeros are, like, just molded in, so they're like a smoother surface and no dirt gets trapped, like your finger knocks it out or something. But like, it's so funny because everyone's clear dice I ever see is like always filthy. Like, no matter who it is, like, cleanest person in the world will have a dirty clear die.
Damn.
Yeah, but what a Hitman is also wearing. He's wearing a
sleeveless t-shirt.
Yeah, a sleeveless t-shirt. I was going to say a white
not
beater.
Cut off, ripped off. You can tell they're ripped
Oh, really?
off.
It has a jagged edge?
Yeah.
So he's just so ripped that, like, it just...
He just, like...
Yeah,
ripped
or
off.
His muscles ripped them off himself.
Kind of weird for a hitman. You'd think a hitman would wear, like, I don't know. I picture a hitman wearing, like, nice clothing.
I think the later versions were supposed to be, like... Johnny, you know what I mean? Like, it was a cartoonized version of Johnny.
I think you're right. Yeah.
But
weird, like,
sunglasses. I want to say the first version was it called the Agent Smith?
Yep. So the Hitman, the original caps had literally Agent Smith from The Matrix on them.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have a picture of it right
But
here.
it was like a cartoonized version. It was a style. Yeah. It wasn't
but
just
like
a
it's very clearly.
It's funny. I just thought that was the name. Okay, yeah, that's funny.
So it's like a balding man, like with glasses, wearing a suit, like from the movie.
He kind of looks more like a hitman than...
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. So I guess they just switched it to Johnny then. I don't know if they actually got a cease and desist or they were just scared.
Yeah, I doubt that they got a cease and desist.
Yeah, I think they were just scared.
That's not like if they did Mickey Mouse or something, you know what I mean? Yeah. Where it's like, it's a cartoon version of Mickey Mouse. It's parody law. It's like, that's genuinely, I don't know.
Blue gold hitman. Whew.
Yeah.
Someone in the comments, we were talking about how goddamn shiny Johnny's hitman was.
Yeah.
It was some woman. Is that maybe Dale's? Did you see the comment?
No.
It's, I think, Dale's daughter.
Really?
Commented, was like, yes, the prototype hitmen were polished rims, clear with polished rims.
On YouTube, she commented?
I think it was on YouTube.
I kind of remember seeing that.
Maybe Instagram.
But I don't think that it was Dale's daughter. I forget.
I just wonder who it was because she is not like, she's older than us and not a yo-yoer clearly, but like she very definitively said, yes, the prototype hitman had polished rims.
Can tell you guys aren't car guys.
It's just fucking...
What What episode was that on? Was it...
trying to find it. It must have been...
It wasn't 24, was it? No.
I think it was. Or no, it must have been 26.
I just looked over the comments and then I couldn't find it. I guess
Here,
was...
M.L. Balmer 29. The Hitman Proto was polished, if I remember correctly.
M.L. Balmer. Oh no, that's some yo-yoer's ex-wife.
All right. Well,
she yo-yos too, but
yeah.
No, that's what I was gonna say. All Dale's kids, their online handles are like something Bell.
Okay. Well, regardless, I believe this lady. I think they were. I think it's very clearly polished. Oh shit!
That just scared the fuck out of me.
Tyler got fucked up.
Yeah, Barrel attacked me last week. He's intimidating me now. That's why he's here.
It's really mean.
Need to file a restraining order.
Go to bed, buddy. We're podding.
We're podding. This is not a kitty pod. I'm sorry. One day.
No kitties. Once you learn to talk.
I've been seeing crazy videos of monkeys lately.
Oh, yeah?
Doing very advanced things, and I wonder when there's going to be a monkey podcast.
When they're going to do DNA. Imagine a we should
monkey doing DNA.
We should buy a chimpanzee and teach it. Sitting in the middle.
Harold, please.
Stay over here, buddy. Tyler doesn't want to pet you.
I would love to, but you're gonna attack me. I would love to pet you. I'd love to be your friend, but you make it hard for us.
I don't know why he's so mean to everyone.
Yeah, I don't know why. It's not like he acts like he's king of the castle here or anything. He lays in his bed all day. Like
no, he just This is weird.
So I was reading an article today in the New York Times about actually, I saw it on a blog that I read, but it's an article from the New York Times about a Brazilian tribe that recently got access to Starlink, the Elon Musk satellite internet.
Oh, God.
And they all got addicted to pornography and social
media. I was literally going to say, did they get addicted to porn? That's very funny.
Brazil's 2,000-member Marubo tribe has been left bitterly divided by the arrival of Tesla founder's Starlink service 9 months ago. When it arrived, everyone was happy, Tasmania Marubo 73 told the New York Times, but things have gotten worse. Young people have gotten lazy. They're learning the ways of the white people.
Is that real?
I mean, it's in the New York Times. I mean,
oh,
it's
for real?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Alfredo said many. I don't know who the fuck Alfredo is. Alfredo said many young Marubo men have already been sharing pornographic videos in group chats and has already observed more sexually aggressive behavior in some of them. Jesus Christ.
Wow.
That's terrible, but it's also just like a crazy version of Planet of the Apes where like they get access to this thing they've never had before, and it's like I've never seen Planet of the Apes. I don't think that's exactly
I was trying to remember what that movie's about.
It's not like they get internet. They're an advanced civilization of monkeys.
Damn.
But that's a wild thought, you know what I mean? It's like the reverse of AI, where like we're dealing with the repercussions of robots coming out. And I sent you that video last week of like Tesla and a couple other companies are planning to have robots like on the market by the end of this year, and they're cheap. They're like 25, 30, 40 grand. Like,
to do what?
Like basic mundane tasks, like dig your garden for you, or like pull shit out of the oven, or like I don't even know. Like it's very rudimentary stuff. It's not nearly as advanced.
Did they have like pictures of what they look
like? They're like working, not running, but like they're walking
look like
around.
Humans, though?
No, I mean they have like humanoid features, but it's not like they have a skin or anything that's over the front of them. The Tesla one kind of looks like a big Tesla battery, like the torso is just a giant Tesla battery with Tesla written on the front of it. In reality, Elon Musk is kind of like the Rick Ross of the tech world. He just stole some guy's name and made it way more popular than the guy.
Shit sucks. I don't like it. I don't like any of it.
No, and I mean, it's going to take a while for anything to really... Like, it's...
That's what everyone keeps saying, but it seems to be happening pretty fucking fast.
Yeah. Well, all these
everyone's
companies
like, AI is nothing to worry. It's going to take not in our lifetime. And it's like, I was watching like, I don't have TV, but I have like TV with it was like Freevee or some bullshit I was watching a movie on. So I was seeing commercials. I haven't seen commercials in years. Every single fucking commercial is for AI. It's like every company is just like just big companies like having AI implemented into whatever, if it's a fucking car company or whatever.
Oh,
everything.
Right. Yeah.
Everything is AI like nonstop. I literally saw like 8 AI commercials, and it's like, I understand I'm stupid and I don't get... I'm sure there's great shit that AI can do, but it's like, shut the fuck up about it. I don't know. Like, the art is so dumb. It's just
that's
taking
awful.
all... I get how it... You know, like, I get how it can be useful, but it's just... I don't know. It seems like the Google AI function fucking sucks. And I know that it's like a played out meme, but like, it's been wrong multiple times when I Google shit. Because it's taking, like, Google should be a search engine where it gets the best top, like, most clicked or however it does it, like, the best results up top. Now it's just the AI, like, amalgamating all the results.
That happened to me the other day.
Are wrong
for the first time. Like, I didn't know that was a feature on Google yet.
It is. It's the top thing.
Yeah,
now.
Instead of like the autofill, like you said, where it used to be like the best
a quote
answer
from a real
article,
website,
right? And then it would have the footnote.
Now
underneath.
It's a written thing based on all the web.
I was googling
websites.
like, is smoking coming back? Like, is smoking becoming trendy again? Yeah.
Hell yeah, bro.
And it literally was. It's so funny. Let me just read this shit because it was literally like, yes, smoking is more fashionable because.
That's so funny.
And it says AI over. Yes, smoking is making a comeback in some areas, including amongst young people in popular media. Some of these contributing factors to this trend may include fashion, social media, celebrities, lockdowns. It's like Google trend forecasting is insane. It's like, but that the AI fill-in hasn't happened to me yet. It's crazy how it just showed up on Instagram, and now like if you accidentally click that one button, I'm like,
same when you
my God.
search shit on Facebook now. It's like this weird AI thing, and then I'm going to Ask Jeeves, baby. I'm going back to a real search engine.
He's a robot too now,
no, he's the original AI. Jeeves. No, he's a waiter or something. He's like a
waiter.
I forget. He's just like a guy.
He's fighting for tip culture.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's like, it's not a positive side effect because wealthy white people never let this happen. But that's been like one of the overarching claims I've heard is that like it will force UBI, universal basic income, to happen because like AI will take over so many lower earning bottom scale jobs that like those people will not be able to be employed. Right. We'll just have to give them like 30
we're gonna have to do something when like trucks are self-driving.
I mean, we really don't. Like, it's kind of funny.
Well, what are fucking a million truck drivers gonna do when they are all laid off? Like
the same thing they tell coal miners. They'll be like, you could become a nurse. Like, why don't you learn how to code? You can learn how to code. Like,
that's not gonna
man
work.
From the Appalachian Mountains in West Virginia.
There's too many.
Yeah, no, I agree.
It's just that alone, like the trucker thing alone.
And it's crazy. I came to this conclusion when I was driving Uber like 6 or 7 years ago. But like, if you have one of those jobs, you're contributing to your own planned convalescence because like you're paying for you're earning your employer money, right? Who is paying lobbyists that for AI or self-driving cars or putting money into self-driving technology. So you're really like helping your own self. You know what I mean?
Like helping the fund.
Right. Yeah. Like Uber was one of like the earliest developers of that because they don't want to pay drivers. They just want to have fucking robot cars everywhere.
We were at East Coast Masters in Pittsburgh. I think it was the first year. Mm-hmm. And that weekend they were like, yeah, we're beta testing self-driving Ubers in Pittsburgh this weekend. And they had like 10 of them going. And one of them hit and killed a woman. Like that day of the contest. I was like, God damn.
I didn't remember that. That's wild.
Isn't that crazy?
Pittsburgh is just one of the shittiest places to drive in the country. Yeah. So they do everything in terms of testing driving things there. Yeah. Like one of the first Google Earth car things that was driving around, they did it like in Pittsburgh because it's like so hard to drive there and the roads are so shitty that if it can work there, it can work basically anywhere. I guess.
Did you see that meme going around of the Google Earth in South Philly where someone took literally like 13 years of the Google Earth car driving by this one house, mm-hmm. and this same dude is on his stoop every year for 13 years.
Was it my neighbor in Port Richmond?
It might have been. But it's so funny. This guy, like, he's doing different things. Like, one time he's waving at it. The other time he's on his phone. The other time he's talking to his buddy. But, like, it's literally the same guy. And he's out there every time.
That's kind of cool, though.
Yeah,
I mean,
sick. It was so cool.
It was funny. It's like, you don't have a fucking job, bro. Like, what are you doing? Like,
I mean, the implication was that he sells drugs there, but I don't think that's necessarily true. But
yeah.
It might be, yeah.
That's really funny. No, I've seen a lot of funny stuff happen with Google Earth, but
yeah, I follow a great Instagram that like, because I just learned how to use the feature where you can go through the different years. Mm-hmm. So I was looking at my house here like 10 years ago and seeing like how different the landscape. There used to be like a big tree out front and shit. It was cool. But there's this cool Instagram I follow that does that for like, he does a lot of houses in Detroit, so he'll start in like 2008.
I've seen those,
and it'll be nice, and there's like kids playing.
Yeah,
and then like 2012 comes, and it's just empty, boarded up, burned down, and now it's just like an empty lot. It's really so depressing, wild, but yeah, it's a very interesting concept to like. The Google Earth shit's cool, man.
Yeah, my friend Phil, he lives in Point Breeze in Philly, and it's like he lives on a block that's like quickly they're tearing down all that. He owns like an old historical row home. But, like, all the houses around him, they're tearing down just because it would, like, cost more money to rehab it than they could sell it for, I guess. And it's, like, it's every time it's always, like, a tax issue where someone just owes, like, a couple years of, like, property tax. Thank you. And it's, like, it can't be that much money. It can't be more than, like, 20, 25 grand. And it's, like, it takes years for that to happen before the bank is, like, oh, we want to repo your house. Like, it takes so many years.
It's not that like, it happens pretty quick. It's like if you're late on your property taxes, you have like a year, and then they put a lien on it, like pretty quickly, and then it's a process. Like it can take years, I guess, to actually like.
I guess like to actually evict them out of the house takes a couple of years or whatever. But it's like even then, I'm sure you could have paid the whatever property tax you owed, and they would let you keep it because like.
Yeah, I mean, some people just can't come up with that, and they also add like interest and charges and shit to it.
Yeah, no, I know, but it's like people who are afraid to pay or after they haven't paid taxes for a long time or whatever, and people just assume that like you're going to fucking jail, but it's like no, the government doesn't really care about someone who owes them like 15 grand. Like they just want you to pay the money back versus like a big rich entity that owes them millions of dollars, and like they really care about. And then that person also had like offshore accounts and shell companies that they were funneling money through, and it's like 2 steps away from being money laundering. It's like those are the people that go to jail for tax fraud, not
I was
like
just reading about Willie Nelson did that in the 90s. He didn't pay his taxes all through like the 60s and 70s, so he owed like $30 million in taxes. So he made an album in like 96 called the IRS album, and the proceeds from that album paid his back taxes.
And even then, like they probably settled. It was probably like, oh, if you give us a lump sum payment of like $2 or $3 million, and like we'll call it.
He gave him like 30 mil, I think, but he owed like almost. He owed like 40. So like they gave him a little break, but he owed a lot.
That's because
he was huge all through like his biggest years. He just wasn't paying any.
And it's not like he couldn't. He was like lazy. He just refused to. Right?
I think so. Yeah, I'm not really sure.
He's on some outlaw shit, and then that's so funny. God, I had a really good topic to bring up that I forget now. Anyway, let's talk about trend forecast Q3, Q4. Yo-yos. Trend forecast.
We got national
trends.
I don't know.
I think big overhang caps are gonna be popping. Like remember Curdy's yo-yo?
Yep.
Curdy is always like weirdly kind of ahead of the curve on some of those things. You know what I mean? I don't know if it's ever on. I don't think he like has some big grandiose vision. He's just trying to do something different, and then it happens to like create a little wave. Yeah. But there was some other yo-yo recently that had the tag yo, the hash.
Yep, that's like a big overcap, and then the other titanium cap yo-yo, which
what is that? I don't know.
The one Dressel made with Adrian.
It's not called Avalanche. It's called something. Alpine.
Yeah, that was also big titanium overcaps. But
I didn't think about that one, but good point. Yeah, I think I played with that one a year plus ago, though.
It was a while ago. I played with it at the last Chesapeake.
Yeah, last PNWR is when I played with it. I'm surprised that yo-yo wasn't more popular. Like,
it wasn't that expensive either. I remember. I think it was.
I think you can adjust the little.
Oh, is that how you do it? Yeah, it was like
this top part,
under $200
it to the right.
I think.
Yeah, I'm surprised it wasn't more popular, but also, no hate to Adrian, but he didn't really do much to promote it. I think I'm sure he posted a few tricks with it or whatever.
It was weird because he like got on CLYW like right around the exact same time.
Yeah, so and it's called the Alpine, that's what I thought at first. I'm like, oh, is it like a collab with Caribou Lodge, and then the
kind of shitty timing, I think.
The yo-yo guy that made it, I forget his name, but he was like, oh no, like I'm surprised it is more popular though, because it had a really cool, unique shape, like unique concept with the titanium cap and being heavier, and it actually played really well. Did they have an unknown edition too? Right?
I think so. No, I don't think it was unknown. It was some other artist.
Oh, just had really
cool fractal.
Yeah, fractal. Thank you, artwork.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's a good call for yo-yo design. Definitely just that whole that wide, smaller diameter, I think, like Remy's yo-yo and
the
Kieran's yo-yo, the Sanema. Yeah, like, you know what I mean? Small diameter, like super kind of like Corco Cube, not Corco, Cube, whatever the Cube yo-yo was.
Yeah,
44 Cube or whatever.
The yo-yo
Clash
rack.
Cube.
Yeah, Clash Cube. Yeah.
That whole thing, which has always been popular, but I feel
Corco
like
had a similar yo-yo though.
Yeah, the Cubit,
Yeah,
which was
you're
like
right.
based off it, and then Art made one too. That's like there's been lots of Cube clones, but
And
I
then
think
Dressel also did one, I think, too.
the
if I remember right.
50-50, yeah. Anything
I
that's
think he did another
50-50 proportions
cubicle one,
is a
though.
cube based.
Okay,
like,
yeah.
That's what the Cube originally was, same diameter as width, but
Yo-Yo did a shot glass yo-yo a few years ago. That was
this is sweet. I
kinda
wanted
similar.
one, but they're kind of expensive, and I don't drink anymore.
They made out of stainless steel or titanium.
I think they were stainless, because Kentaro made one too.
Yeah, Kentaro made one a long time ago.
Yeah.
I think Kentaro's was kind of like friends and family, though, where you had to like be in the know to be able to get one or something.
Right.
I didn't even think about the small wide yo-yos, but that's definitely a design direction that everyone's heading in right now.
Seems like, yeah.
Super wide yo-yos are just really popular for some reason right now.
That seems to be just the way it's going, super wide. And
the first person I saw with one of those, other than Yo-Yo Factory years ago, which it's not like they did it on purpose. Yeah. Which was a ripoff of...
what was
they licensed a bunch of yo-yos from some Chinese manufacturers.
Right.
It may have been Magic Yo-Yo. I don't think it was Aldi. I think it may have been Magic Yo-Yo at the time. But they made like a super wide gold yo-yo and it was crazy. It was like not that good. And then Yo-Yo Factory made the super wide, which was just that but in red with its own artwork. And then they made the monster, which was like, this one's made in the USA, this one's made in China. Like, you decide which one's better. And it's like, obviously the American made one, not the like crazy one that's made out of a crushed Coke can. Yeah, the first modern person I ever saw with one of those types of yo-yos was Brandon Vu. Like, during the pandemic, I went and did a podcast with him, and it was kind of crazy.
Did that come out?
Yeah, I think it was maybe The Outlier or whatever it's called. I don't know. But it was, like, super wide, and, like, he was showing Colin and I, and he's like, yeah, I think, like, this is going to be the future for competitive yo-yos. And Colin and I just kind of both looked at each other like, all right, dude, like, all right, like, good luck. And sure enough, like, he was right, but it was just crazy to think about at the time, because like yo-yos were just kind of regular for a long time, and now I guess it has to do with everyone.
It's the big body,
right? That's exactly what I was gonna say. Yeah, big tricks, big yo-yo, big tricks,
big yo-yo, but small diameter.
BYE, big yo-yo energy.
But buy
with a buy. Caps in general.
Yeah,
back when caps are just gonna
crazy.
be. Yeah, which I never would have suspected for like competitive level yo-yos. I'm not
sure competitors. I haven't seen anyone.
I mean, Remy's yo-yo, he competes. Well, he doesn't always compete with it.
I don't think he competes with it ever.
That's crazy to think about. Like, you design a yo-yo and like you're a competitor. And
he's sort of like, he is the face of that brand, but like he's not like
it's his brand. I mean,
yeah, but he's not like.
He's not making it for him.
For his competitive career. It's like very much an artistic type thing, I feel like.
Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah.
So, because his next yo-yo, too, is not at all competition. It's like
right,
the opposite.
yeah.
So.
But yeah, caps in general. But I think, and I'm saying this because I'm coming out with one, but also I see it because of Curdy using the titanium. And then, like, I didn't even think about the Alpine, but also a great example of, like, functional caps coming back. Not just, like, for the feeling. It's, like, you use a different material that's going to create essentially a bimetal effect with the yo-yo, but the cap is a denser material, and that's on the outside instead of a rim.
You can't DNA, bro. That's the problem.
It's so crazy that like every time I design a yo-yo, I like have a split second epiphany about that. I'm just like, oh man, but it can't DNA.
Well, you can put a finger spin divot in the cap.
It'd be so
like
hard.
shit.
Yeah, it looked like shit.
And
it'd be hard to make, and then it would just be like hard to use. Which, like, if you have a yo-yo that finger spins poorly, I feel like that's almost worse than just like, I don't know. No one really cares. Like, if you care that much about doing finger spin or DNA, you're gonna buy that type of yo-yo, you know what I mean? Or a yo-yo that's able to do it. And 9 out of 10 yo-yos can do it. It's not like you don't need to have a divot for it. All the Caribou Lodge yo-yos still do it. You just are gonna have a 3-second or 4-second window to do it instead of everyone else. But yeah, I think more functional caps are gonna come back. Be cool if Duncan did a metal cap that was just extra to come with the, you know, you can buy it and then use it in a freehand.
It was like a metal freehand cap.
Yeah, it would sound cool. You could do different colors on them.
Well, they have those. They have the aluminum freehands. I don't think they're interchangeable.
But I've never seen anybody mix them together. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I guess the freehand one itself is already like 67 grams, right? Like,
yeah.
So without caps, it's probably like 65, and like that's kind of heavy enough. Like if you add caps, and it brings it up to like 70 grams. Not many people are gonna want that, but
I never thought about it. Freehands are weirdly heavy.
Yeah, at the time, like everything was just like 67 grams, though. You know what I mean? Like that was kind of the magic number for some reason. I don't know why.
I was thinking about that the other day too with metal yo-yos. Like all Diffios were 70 plus grams.
With the weight rings, or
with, I think they were like 75, 76.
Holy hell!
I think just by themselves they were like 69, 70 usually.
Wow.
The H-Spin Envy is 70 grams. The Antio Flux is 70 grams.
That's crazy.
The Good and Evil, I think, is pretty light, actually. But Pyro, Envy, I think Pyro might not be 70, but it's like 68 or 69.
Yeah, I remember Pyro being a little heavier than average. Maybe just because back in the day, yo-yos did not spin for very long, so they were trying to maximize the amount of spin time that you could get.
I'm not sure what it is. It's interesting. I think...
Because 1 or 2 grams doesn't seem like much, but it goes a long way when you're talking about rotational energy, you know what I mean?
Yeah, Pyro 68.
Wow.
I need a Pyro, bro. If anyone has a Pyro, mint condition, I need the tube too.
I need the tube. Give me the tube.
I want one. I haven't thrown one since 2006 or something. Like, they're good, right? Or maybe not. They have pads. I forgot they have pads. Never mind.
They're not bad. I mean...
They're not good. No.
I want to
suck now.
Yeah, the Pyro Light was a lot better.
It was so good when it came out, though.
The Pyro?
Yeah. I thought.
I really liked it, but purely because of like it's a new yo-yo kind of thing, you know what I mean? Like it just feels cool to play with a new yo-yo when you're a kid. And I didn't really think about how bad it was till like AJ or someone was like, it literally looks like a can, and then like you can barely do any tricks with it. Like the gap is super skinny. The gap was so skinny, like
that's true.
I think I played with someone who was high walled once, and it was like
high wall Pyro
way better, yeah. And then they could also chop off like a millimeter or millimeter and a half because it had like a weird overhang over the lip, like.
Bro, Frank was a genius. Look at the Zip Man. It's a Hitman with fucking
Diffio,
zip fly guts and like.
Yeah, that's amazing.
God
the
damn.
Zip Man.
I was just trying to see the weight.
Snazzy.
Yeah, the zip fly.
Diffio weights.
You know the Blind Orbiter, his looping yo-yo?
Yeah.
It's fucking crazy.
Someone I knew had a set of those one time, and I was just like, it wasn't even someone particularly like ballin'. I think it was someone who like was trying to learn how to loop, and it was like, well, I'll just buy like the most expensive ones and maybe that'll help. And like, I don't know why they didn't just look at the shape, and like it looks like an awful, like it looks terrible, like objectively. You can't like look at that and be like, maybe this is good for looping. It just looks awful. But that was also another heavy ass yo-yo.
Yeah.
Is it solid or is it pressed? Like it has a hub that's machined.
I have no idea. I've never held one.
Because if it's solid, that would be so heavy. I kind of remember.
And I assume it has like a teeny tiny bearing.
Objectively heavy, yeah.
It would be sick to get one and somehow get a C bearing in there and just like play with it like that. Weird ass. Or just to make a yo-yo like that. That's why that Out of Hand guy is the best yo-yo company going. I hope he comes back. He's like taking a break. I hit him up every 6 months. I'm like, when are you gonna make something, dude? It's like, I'm thinking about it.
It's so funny how when we were
love his yo-yos.
Kids. Like I felt like every store had those blind orbiters in stock.
Oh yeah, where'd they all go?
Right, that's what I'm thinking. It's not like they eventually sold to anyone.
Yeah, well, yeah, because Frank sold them to those stores. So where the fuck are they?
Right, like maybe someone did. Like over time, they just sold 2 or 3 a year to random people.
Dude.
But
Yoyoing.com had every Diffio in stock, like all the time.
Yeah.
It's crazy to think what Frank's estate must have.
That's someone who I really would like to dig through the warehouse of, Yo-Yo Guy, Infinite Illusions, because I bet he has some wild shit that he just hasn't seen in like 30 years, and he's like, oh yeah, I wondered where that case of freehand ones went or something.
It makes me so excited, but also anxious thinking about that kind of shit. Like there's...
Because you have no idea what could be there.
Because even like, what happened to the Yo store stock? When Yo Mike died, he didn't close the store. He just died like suddenly, and the store closed. The fuck is all that?
I think he had like a sister or someone at the time. Maybe they like continued to run.
I'm sure they like liquidated it somehow, but like
I kind of do remember the store continuing to run for a couple months after he passed away.
Okay, so maybe, but you know what I mean. There's
I do, yeah.
There's shit out there.
Mike also seems like the kind of guy who like didn't have a huge amount of stock just laying around. You know what I mean? Like he had some stuff, but he also was like very adamant about like I'm only picking up 24 of these, so if you want to make sure you get it while the getting is good or whatever. I don't know.
And like Dave Skill Toys was on eBay like 2 years ago and was like, I'm finally doing it, I'm selling my yo-yos, and he like went for like a couple months, but I don't think he's like kept up with it at all. So like where's the rest of his shit? Did he just sell it all to one person?
No,
like,
he still has a ton of stuff.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything of his pop up in a while.
He hit me up one time because he collected first bases, and I was like, oh, man.
That's cool.
Yeah, it makes me feel so good. Because,
did you ever meet that guy?
Never met him, no.
I don't even know what he looks like.
Yeah, me either.
It's a huge part of my yo-yo. Like, my first yo-yo was from him, and that forum was where I met everyone. That was my first yo-yo forum. Guy was game changer.
Yeah.
Dave Skill Toys.
All the stores back in the day used to kind of serve their own purpose or have, like, a vibe about them, you know what I mean?
Dave's was very... I don't know what the word would be, but
it's like beginner friendly, but yeah, it's more chill, right? Like
and
it's like the old
Mr. Yodel's Corner. It had like Higby's own sub forum for him to just share like painted stuff.
Because like it was all older dudes, you know what I mean? So I think that's where that comes from, right? Yeah, and they're like more chill. They're down with kids hanging out because they probably all have kids and grandkids, and it's like. Yeah. All right, cool. Like, yeah, just hang out, whatever. You can post stupid questions. We'll answer them because it's cute, whatever. Versus, like, yoyoing.com.
That was
you
like
post something crazy, and then you just get chewed the fuck out for no reason. Yeah, yoyoing.com was, like, by far the pro one. Yo-Yo Nation was a nice mix of both.
I was probably pretty obnoxious on those forums, but I do remember it was funny. Spencer last week was talking about, like, Cappy being kind of a bully and mean.
Yeah.
Like, Box Store, Kyle Weems, was fucking mean as hell to me in those chat rooms sometimes. Cause like I said, I was probably egging him on or deserved it sometimes.
Kyle's still like that though.
Yeah, he's a little bit like antagonist sometimes. Yeah, but Houdini too was like so mean to me.
Really?
And then I met him at 2005 Worlds, and he was the nicest. Like in person, just could not be.
What did he say to you on the?
I don't remember.
You must have said some off the wall shit, or you were
maybe.
Just, if you were 13 and excited and just like
like probably just being annoying.
Yeah.
But I just remember him being mean and me being scared of him. But then I met him at Worlds. He was so nice, and he gave me a counterweight. It was a blue dice that he dyed so that the pips were pink.
Oh wow!
And I still have it. It's cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah. He was like, "Here you go. I got your counter." It was really nice. He was like handing them out to everyone.
Yeah. I mean, 13-year-old kid just asked crazy questions. You were probably like. You guys like this throw monkey? It looks awesome. Like, I can't wait to get one. They're like, rubber rings suck. Should be an off-string yo-yo. No one's going to play with this.
Right,
like,
exactly.
They should re-release the freehand one. Why are they doing this stupid throw monkey? Like, and you're like, oh, okay. I like it. It's a cool monkey. Like,
it is a cool-ass monkey.
But that's, I don't know. I get funny messages like that from adults all the time on Instagram, and it's just like, yeah, bro. Like, people are just excited because, like, yo-yos are how they disassociate and take a recess from real life. So they just, they get uniquely interested in it. Oh, my God.
Keep yawning.
Yeah. And then the yo was, like, by far the troll forum. Like, for sure. Just, like... Which is funny because there'd be like people like Cal Mamba there or Luke Vader or someone. There'd be the people who were in there like doing work and like being good contributing members to the scene. But for every one of them, there would just be 50 people off the deep end like posting the most wild, outlandish shit. I remember one time I made a post in there because everyone was talking about how like after you clean a bearing, you should like spin it on a pencil tip to like aerate all the shit out of it, like whatever you use to clean it. And I was like using acetone to clean bearings with because I was like, ooh, yeah, my dad or whoever was like, oh, this is a little more harsh of a solvent than paint thinner. Like, paint thinner doesn't really eat any of the lube off. It just like helps. That doesn't have any water in it.
You want to touch elbows?
But yeah, acetone is it's very flammable too, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I literally posted on the I'm like, I've been cleaning my bearings with acetone and then like putting them in the toaster oven afterwards to get all the, which is hilarious because acetone literally like evaporates very quickly.
Were you really doing that?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were joking.
No.
I thought you were like,
I really was.
Put your yo-yo in the microwave.
Some people said that. They're like, I hope this is a joke, or like, hopefully your parents are around or someone, because like that is very dangerous and you should not do. It's not like I put it in there dripping wet. It was just like,
just dry them out a little.
Yeah. And I don't know why in my brain I wasn't making the connection of like, oh, it just evaporates, so like leave it out of the yo-yo for a while, let it spin, and it'll be fine. But I think I was just really afraid of it melting the yo-yo.
Yeah, I did that once or twice. I feel like I melted the bearing seat of like a freehand because I put a wet bearing in it.
The other thing that I know is gonna make a comeback is plastic rings on yo-yos just for aesthetic.
Yeah, that's already happening.
Right.
Like a lot. That's
who's
already
doing it. Someone just released a
Yo-Yo Wreck.
Yo-Yo Wreck did it a few years ago, but like I swear
they did one.
Okay, that's what I'm seeing recently. Yeah,
that colorway is amazing.
What's it called? Oh, it just looks like a can of Monster.
I think that's the Savage, maybe.
I thought you meant it was called the Monster, and I was
like,
Yo-Yo
it's
Factory
called the Savage.
Would have cease and desisted them so quick.
They have multiple plastic rim yo-yos, but that one is really cool. I think it has 2 plastic rims. Or like a plastic inner and outer.
How do you feel about plastic
I love
rings
that shit.
yo-yo?
Yeah, I'm all about it.
It is cool just because
I feel like it's too late to hop on the trend, so I'm not going to.
It's
but
here to stay now. I mean, it's
maybe eventually. I would love a plastic rim.
I always think about it, and it's, I don't know. I've seen people that have them that they've dinged it, and it's fine afterwards, but it's like, I feel like you're just asking for that to crack, or you hit it against something, or you drop your yo-yo against the table too hard and it just
for sure
cracks it, and then like your yo-yo is basically unusable after that.
Especially with like $160
right,
yo-yo Wreck. But
yeah.
I think the idea, like some of them are obviously it's aesthetic, but the yo-yo Wreck, the idea is like you're putting the stainless, because they're all, but the yo-yo Wreck one's bimetal too, so it's stainless steel ring, plastic, then the aluminum body starts. So the idea is you're getting the stainless steel outer ring further out and making the yo-yo wider, while also taking away aluminum and replacing it with plastic. So you know, like instead of having a super big aluminum yo-yo with rings out here, you have a normal size aluminum yo-yo, then some plastic, then the rings. Like the idea is it's like a weight so it actually
get what you're
serves
saying.
a function. It just makes the yo-yo wider without making it too heavy. I think that's amazing. Eventually it'll just be like a metal hub, plastic body, this fucking wide, with stainless steel rings this big on it. Like, it'll look like a Diabolo.
I feel like that's kind of what killed the shell yo-yo trend, was like every shell yo-yo just kind of ends up looking similar because like it's a big bulbous plastic shell over top of a metal body, and it gives a lot of cool colorway options, and it gives a lot of it's just a cool idea on paper, but it doesn't really do anything other than like, oh, it feels like plastic but it plays like metal, and it's,
I don't see any reason. Obviously then things will swing around and get simple again, but I think we still haven't hit the peak of complexity. It's gonna be like titanium body with plastic, stainless steel, and aluminum, like like a 4-way hybrid.
Oh my god,
that's like wider than anything we've ever seen. I don't see why that. I don't see any world where that doesn't happen, where like there's some ridiculous shit and people are like hype on it for a year, and then it's gonna swing around and we're all gonna be throwing mono metals.
Everyone's playing with free hands again.
It will, but I'm excited. I want to see like some wild ass shit, because already even with the Miracle and stuff, like that's getting real weird. Brass ring covered in plastic, all this shit, like it's gonna get really complex, I think. Brass is like very underutilized too. It's arguably like better than stainless steel, right? It's heavier, or not better, but you know what I mean, it can be utilized differently.
Is it cheaper?
I don't know.
I don't know either. I feel like there's more impurities in it, so it allows it to be cheaper versus stainless steel, but I don't know.
What's that other metal? Tungsten?
Tungsten,
Some tungsten shit gonna go
I think
down.
there's been yo-yos with tungsten rings before, but
Yeah, magnesium still.
I remember when Caribou Chris went to China for the first time, and he visited a factory, and he sent me the funniest photo of a tri-metal yo-yo. He's like, "Look, it's a tri-metal yo-yo," and I was like, "Cool, I guess." Like, is there really any advantage to doing that over a bimetal? But
yeah,
it's just so funny because, like you said, people like the new shit comes out, people play with it for indiscriminate amount of time, eventually realize it's not superior to anything, and then it just gets pushed to the wayside, and it's like all that research and development and time and effort that's put into designing this new product that just goes in someone's hands and then back into their case, and then every few years like, oh yeah, remember when this guy made this yo-yo? Crazy. Like
people love new tech even if it's not necessary.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, I don't know, because we're adults now, but like that was such a childish viewpoint on it when we're like 13, and it's like you get a new yo-yo now, and like we've talked about before on the pod, it makes you want to play like that person, or you feel like you want to try tricks like they do because it's their yo-yo or whatever. But it's nowadays we kind of know better that like you're not going to get any technically better with this yo-yo, or this yo-yo isn't going to be superior for any reason. Like, and arguably like 3/4 of the yo-yos that Chinese manufacturers make, like Yo-Yo Friends or whatever, Yo-Yo Formula, Top Yo, like their yo-yos are better than so many other manufacturers, quality wise, playability wise.
Yeah,
like,
but their branding sucks and they look stupid usually.
Yeah,
or whatever
the name
it may
sucks.
be.
Yeah, everything to do with it is not great other than the yo-yo itself, which is whatever. But,
yeah, I'm sure they're awesome. People swear by that Shark's Honor or whatever, that Amazon yo-yo.
It's a
that's
magic
like
yo-yo,
a million people's first yo-yo, and
I think it's like $20
really fucking
or whatever,
good. Yeah,
like,
I think it used to be like 12, but yeah, it might be 20 now. I've never thrown one, but
you've heard people talk about how good it is.
Yeah, I've just heard multiple people who are like good now, but who started in the last 6 to 8 years. It's their first yo-yo.
Maybe from like the value perspective, because it is $20. It's typically a dead smooth yo-yo.
Yeah,
just like I've never seen any good colorways of it. The artwork is crazy. Like it would be cool if like an American manufacturer made that, but I've never.
I love it. It's $15.99, bro. You can get it. Wait, what is N12 versus N8?
It's just a shark with boxing gloves on, or just a big ass happy shark?
Right now, it's just a shark. It's $16. It'll be here Friday.
It'll be here Friday. I already ordered. Look, that's exactly what I'm talking about, though. That
$3 coupon right now.
Crazy slate looking.
Yeah,
yo-yo.
So it's like $13. And it comes with 10 strings, a glove, and a little magic yo-yo holster.
See? Yeah.
It's fucking crazy.
Let's go. Give me a dozen.
I mean, that color is great.
I feel like it would look great on the right yo-yo, but because it's on that yo-yo...
It's a fucking Kappa. It's a throw spiral Kappa.
Only it came out in like 2013 or something. It's been around forever. Like,
that shape is beautiful, bro.
All right, maybe it is a good yo-yo.
Wait, how much does it weigh? 67.58
It's heavy,
grams. 55 millimeters, 45
They probably
wide.
do that, though, so it sleeps forever for new kids. Why do I got it like this?
I don't know. But yeah, it is weird. But people just don't want to buy like that generic shit. They want to get something cool. So
yeah, and that's never... Like you said, it's never going to stop. Like, people want something that's cool. They want the new thing, so...
Yep.
Quad metal yo-yo, here we come.
Yeah. Yeah, God, I want that fucking green and black monster yo-yo.
Even when I just started seeing titanium bimetals, titanium with stainless steel rings, I was just like, what is the point of this? Like, other than to make the yo-yo body itself just slightly lighter and then make the rims slightly heavier. Everything you're talking about is so...
It's really minute, but it's just...
It's so indiscriminate, the amount that it's going to contribute
like
to you.
Apple making their phone have titanium on it. It's like, it's a fucking cell phone.
Yeah, if you slam it into the ground, you have way
no
bigger
one needs that. Everyone
about,
puts a fucking case on it. Well, not everyone, but you know what I mean. But people are just like, well, it's better than aluminum. I gotta have it. You know, titanium with stainless is better than aluminum with stainless.
It's not even like 70-75 versus 60-61 though, where there's like a legitimate argument for it. It's like you'd never hear a pro yo-yoer being like, I need that Thai bimetal yo-yo because that's what's gonna put me over the edge and give me the little extra spin time to beat XYZ player. Like
but if it makes you feel like you're yo-yoing better or you have more fun, then
that's a good point. Yeah. And when you're not really, that's another thing I've noticed lately is yo-yoers who have been playing for 10 plus years who are still really bad at yo-yo. Like they never get better, which is fine. And like they started when they were adults, you know what I mean? So it's kind of hard for you to justify being like 23 years old and like really grinding at yo-yo. Like that would be insane, but they're just like genuinely still so bad. And it's like, I don't know, that makes me think, like you said, like it's not necessarily like that having that type of yo-yo is going to significantly help you. It just keeps you invested and like emotionally fulfilled, and like you're fulfilled from the hobby perspective of it for a little bit longer and keeps you in the cycle for a little bit longer.
It's all about sometimes.
Yeah, no, you're right.
2 corrections. I was wrong. It is called the Savage, but the plastic is on the outside.
Right, yeah.
So it's to make it wider without adding more aluminum.
It's just clear on the very outside. It's not, yeah. But you said
so I had it backwards. I was saying it was between the stainless. That's still a cool idea.
It's $180.
And I think someone has done what I described.
Oh, and that's a ring technically, but the black version is all black.
Yep.
So you can't tell the difference.
It's a bimetal though, but then they just add the plastic so they can make it.
And then the purple one has like a crazy remachine on the inside, or does the ring go all the way through?
It's a through ring, I'm pretty sure.
What is the advantage of that?
I'm not sure. Couldn't tell you, but
it looks kind of cool, but anytime I see something with too many pieces, I just imagine you hitting it on the ground one time and it's fucked forever.
Something about that green is calling me, though. God damn.
$180.
No, I'm not going to but
I mean, it's kind of cheap for a yo-yo rack when you think about it that way, when it's a tri-material yo-yo.
Also, the yen is weak right now, so it would normally probably be way more. It's probably like $250.
The yen is weak right now. You're totally right, though.
Well, if anyone has one used,
so buy it from Yo-Yo Rewind.
If they want to trade me. And then the other correction was someone on the last pod, I mistakenly said Hajime's yo-yo is $600. It's like $1,200 or something. So
what is it made? It's made out of titanium or what?
That's the titanium with stainless steel, the one he used at Worlds to do the best freestyle
ever. The rotoscope yo-yo, whatever the fuck it's called.
Here's another weird technology they're doing. This yo-yo has an insane name, the Stater. It has a rubber ring inside, so that when they bang together, they don't ring when you're playing 3A.
What the fuck?
It dampens the sound.
Anybody can buy a rubber ring to do that with. Like,
I guess this one, it is removable. So you could just.
That's even worse because it's
buy a silicone ring.
It's gonna vibrate. You know what I mean?
From the Home Depot.
You can never get the rubber rings to sit perfectly within a yo-yo to be able
but it looks cool
because it has a condom in it. Like
$62. The Stater is a new introductory binding model. It's
how much is it? You said
highly durable, $66.
That's not terrible.
Recommend for outside practice as an intro model to 3A and 5A. The silicone rings are included to reduce the crash noise of the 3A. They're removable so you can adjust the weight. So I guess what the weight with the rings is 64 or 67. God. Without the rings is 64.
Okay.
Yo-Yo Rec is doing cool shit. Like whatever with that. Like if it's a good idea or not, but at least it's different. It's pretty neat.
That's just very funny to me that they make some of the smoothest yo-yos of all time. They're like the gauge for dead smooth back in the day, and now it's like we'll put rubber rings in it. Yeah, it's a new freehand too. It's like what the fuck.
They also made a $450 59-gram titanium yo-yo that looks right up my alley.
The key.
It's the owner's. It's Shinya Kito, Kengo Kito's signature yo-yo.
Yeah, they hate each other.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
Shinya works for like a different company, right?
They got beef. Shinya owns Yo-Yo Rec, and then Kengo owns part of Rewind. Or excuse me, vice versa. Yeah, Shinya owns part of Rewind. Kengo owns Yo-Yo Rec. Yeah.
I need a gooper too. If anyone has a gooper,
a gooper.
That's the one with the plastic rings. It's a Gopa with plastic rings.
Did they make new colors of the Gopa yet?
I don't think they're doing new Gopas. They're doing the blur autoscopy, which is Hajime's like H-shaped Gopa.
It's kind of slim, right?
Yeah, I have one. It's amazing.
The heteroscopy.
I really like these. The what?
The heteroscopy.
Yeah. Yeah, the otoscopy. Otoscopy or otoscopy? There's the para otoscopy. I'm going to buy 2 right now.
What does that mean? Google
$2,400. It's not a real word. He just made it up.
You tried to Google it already?
Yeah.
Or?
It's not real.
He said it's not a real word.
I think they explained it themselves, actually. I don't think I Googled it. They were like, I forget what they said. But.
Does oscopy mean it? Does the suffix mean anything? And then they just...
I don't know. Colonoscopy.
Yeah, that's the only thing I think about when I hear about anything scoppy.
It's a clean looking yo-yo. I wonder if someone at Worlds will have one of these. I just want to try the $1,300.
It's $1,200.
It's $1,283.04. And I don't even think it's free
handicapped
shipping,
too,
plus shipping.
The para otoscopy. Imagine you buy that yo-yo and you need the tea to go along with it.
It would be funny. I wish we had sponsors and made money from this podcast so we could buy one and like just do the "It's Still Smooth" Kia thing with it.
Oh my god!
Where we just like grind
that
it down.
That would be horrible.
And drop it.
The yo-yo looks pretty good though. Like it is.
It looks sick.
It looks great.
Really
but like, why is it so goddamn expensive? Is it made in Japan?
Because he can. I think it's like more like kind of a social experiment a little bit.
He gets a $400 royalty on each one.
I hope so. More than that, I would hope. Those things can't cost more than $200 to make. There's no way. Probably much less than that. So.
But I guess if it costs $200 and then it would have to wholesale for $400 and then retail for $800 or whatever, like. Yeah. But still, that's still $400 more.
Maybe
than that
they
price
pay
I
more,
just threw out
but
there. That's what I'm saying. If it's made in Japan, I could see it being that expensive. But is there multiple rings on it? It's just the one ring.
No, it's just one ring. I got quotes for like aluminum yo-yos with titanium rings and stuff, and they're not expensive. So
its performance has been proven.
I think though, yeah, it's like he's, the best yo-yo right now. So I think they were just like, let's see,
make a crazy Lux yo-yo.
Who cares? He has 3 other signatures with them. He's already making money. So with this one, let's do like the craziest freestyle of all time, then drop the yo-yo for $1,200 and see. I'm sure they sold
6.
I don't know. Yeah. Probably like 50 or something.
I really would be my guess. Know, man. Who the hell's buying that?
Maybe not 50. Maybe like 30. But even selling 30, that's fucking a lot of money.
No, you're right. Yeah. No,
that's a normal run of yo-yos money. So that's all you really need to sell. They probably only made 100 or something.
That's so crazy.
It's wild, but it's cool too. It's like, why not, Go for it. YOLO, fuck it type of thing.
No, I feel you, and but
now he can't follow it up with anything affordable, I feel like. If he wants to do another titanium stainless yo-yo.
That would be what I would expect him to do. After this, they come out with a rubber-rimmed yo-yo for him, a new throw monkey for Hajime.
That's kind of what the blur is. Like, it's a very for fun. Although he does, that's like his main one, yo-yo.
All the good English rock band names for yo-yos have been taken. The Blur, the Oasis.
Oh, God. What about...
the Speed Beetle.
The Chopsticks Gorillas.
Yeah. Fuck, I didn't even... There's so many.